State Baseball Championship Series. And now here's the lineups. First off for Lancaster, and if you would please line up along the first base side. Number 1, Scott Rosenkrantz. Number 10, Scott Freeman. Number 26, Mark Hammond. Number 23, Matt Barton. Number 15, Fred Hale. Number 4, Corey Reed. Number 29, Maurice Blair. Number 14, Eric Stevenson. Number 20, Marshall Roney. Number 3, Rico Hayden. Number 5, Edward Stevens. And number 14, David McManus. And now here's the starting lineup for the Bruins of Lancaster, your Lower State champions with a record of 23-3. Playing in right field, number 11, Aaron Curitan. The pitcher for the Bruins, number 21, John Barnes. Playing in center field is number 25, Mark Anthony. The second baseman is number 18, Pep Harris. Playing in left field is number 22, Gigi Harris. At third base is number 7, Ciano Truesdale. The shortstop is number 12, Steve Hagler. Playing first base is number 24, Richard Ballard. The DH for Lancaster is number 16, B.J. Johnson. And catching for the Bruins is number 30, Robbie Reed. The coaches for Lancaster's assistant coach. And the head coach is Al Berry. And now here's the lineup for your Raiders. Number 4, Brian Sumner. Number 5, Steve Clayton. Number 13, Jason Barnes. Number 15, Jamie Satterwhite. Number 16, Tony Grant. And number 18, Mark Lambert. And now here's the starting lineup for the Upper State champion Raiders of Lawrence. At shortstop, number 12, Brian Mann. Playing at second base is number 2, Johnny Ray. The third baseman is number 1, Jerome Reed. The pitcher tonight for the Raiders is number 14, Chuck Cunningham. Playing in left field is number 9, Mike Douglas. At first base is number 17, Reed Edwards. Playing in right field is number 11, Charles Peterson. Playing in center field is Todd Siegler. And the catcher for the Raiders is number 3, Anthony Brown. And the coaches for Lawrence, assistant coach George Jordan, and the head coach is Ed Prescott. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem by Victor Scott and Chris Talley. Yeah, I'm going to break. I'm going to do this.
Again, we're back here at the Raider Baseball Diamond. Tonight, Lawrence taking on Lancaster in Game 2 of the State Championship Series. Both teams have been introduced to the fans, and we are getting ready to watch the Raiders take the field defensively, so get ready for the siren coming up here in just a moment. Coming into tonight, Lawrence 24-1 again, 24-game winning streak snapped on Monday night as they were defeated by Lancaster 4-1 in a ball game up at Lancaster. The Lancaster Bruins coming into this ball game 23-3, lost all 3 of those ball games early, 2 of them to Lower Richland, and they come into this ball game tonight looking to wrap up their 2nd straight state championship. They swept Irmo in the championship series last year. Tonight, the Raiders will ride the hopes of Chuck Cunningham, and Cunningham now striding out to the mound to take his warm-up tosses. Cunningham coming in with a 6-0 record. He is undefeated. He's a left-hander, and he'll depend heavily on the curveball to get him through here tonight. He is a breaking ball specialist. Twice this year, Lancaster has lost, of their 3 losses, 2 left-handers. So if Chuck is effective tonight, he may well be successful and help the Raiders send this to a Game 3. Again, Game 1 played in Lancaster on Monday night, a 4-1 defeat for the Raiders. Game 2 here tonight, and then Game 3, if necessary, will be in Lawrence on Friday night, and that will be at 7:30. It'll have to be a Raider victory to force that. Setting the Raiders for you defensively, it is on the mound tonight, as we said, Chuck Cunningham. Cunningham with a 6-0 record, the left-hander. Behind the plate, Anthony Brown. Over at first, Reed Edwards. Playing second, Johnny Ray. Playing shortstop, Brian Mann. And over at third base, it'll be Jerome Reed. Left fielder is Mike Douglas. Center fielder is Todd Siegler. And the right fielder is Charles Peterson. Looking at the batting order for Lancaster, Aaron Curitan will lead it off and play right field. John Barnes will bat second. He'll do the pitching. Mark Anthony will play center field and bat third. Pep Harris, the second baseman, will hit in the cleanup spot. Harris and Barnes merely switch places. That's the only change in the lineup for Lancaster tonight. G.G. Harris will bat fifth and play left field. Ciano Truesdale will bat sixth and play third base. Steve Hegler is the shortstop. He'll bat seventh. B.J. Johnson is the DH. He'll bat eighth, and Robbie Reed is the catcher. He'll bat ninth. Johnson bats for the first baseman, number 24, Richie Ballard. Again, a close to overflow crowd here tonight as the uncovered corners of this stadium begin to fill up as we get close to game time here tonight, and we hope for a completely full house and no green space left before this one is over here tonight. Anthony Brown headed out to the mound to talk to Chuck Cunningham. We're just about ready to get started as the Raiders gather on the mound for a last pregame chat, and striding to the plate is Aaron Curitan, the right fielder for Lancaster. The Raiders in their gray uniforms with the green and gold trim. Lancaster, the white baseball pants, the blue jerseys with the yellow numerals. And we are ready to get started here. The Raiders have to win to stay alive. If Lancaster wins tonight, they go home with the trophy and the medals and the state championship. Cunningham getting his sign from Anthony Brown. And we're ready to go. The first pitch of the ball game is a curveball just missing high. 1-0 the count. Again, a nice crowd here tonight at the stadium. And it appears a pretty lively crowd to get things started. 1-0 the count. Cunningham winds, throws to Curitan. That one broke in there for a strike. 1-1. You'll find with most teams that are heavy hitters, they really like to attack the fastball. And sometimes a curveball pitcher that doesn't use a lot of velocity will have some success. Again, 3 defeats for Lancaster this year, 2 of them to left-handers. 1-1 pitch, just misses. 2-1 the count. I'm Doug Holliday. Steve Owens will be alongside in a couple of innings. Downstairs right now, shooting pictures for his real job. 2-1 the count. Cunningham winds, throws, Curitan pops it up. Out into shallow center, Todd Siegler coming on, and he'll make the grab, and we have one away. So Curitan flies out to center. 1 down in the Lancaster half of the first, and John Barnes will be up. Barnes, a right-handed hitter, as was Curitan. Al Berry at third base, the head coach. Excuse me, they've switched. No, they haven't. That is Al Berry down there. And Steve Williams, his assistant, down at first base. Barnes steps in. 1 down here in the first. Wind, the throw, curveball, hit right up the middle. Johnny Ray's going to have to go get it, and he can't. And it goes into shallow center field. Barnes will round first, and he'll hold up. So score that one an error on Johnny Ray. And that is his third error in this series. He committed 2 on Monday night. So 1 on, 1 out. And that will bring up Mark Anthony, the center fielder. So Raider miscues really hurt them the other night up at Lancaster. And let's hope that does not happen again. Courtesy runner out there for Lancaster, it's Scott Rosencrans, jersey number 1, down at first base. Anthony the batter. This guy is a big-time pro prospect, as was Earl Cunningham, who played at Lancaster last year, part of that state championship team, and is now with the Cubs. First pitch misses outside from Chuck, a ball, 1-0. Cunningham keeping his eye on Rosencrans over there at first. .1-0 pitch. Hit hard and in the hole and into left field. Base hit. Rosencrans will stop at second. And the Raiders in trouble here early as Lancaster has 2 men aboard with 1 out. And that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Pep Harris, tonight playing second base. Lancaster looking like they're ready to pick up right where they left off Monday night. Most of the people you talk to, the experts, so to speak, before this one, expected a low-scoring game. One away, 2 on. First pitch to Harris. Curveball, he fouls it back to the screen. 0-1 the count. Chuck walks about halfway to home plate and gets the throw from Anthony Brown. G.G. Harris on deck. 0-1 the count to Pep Harris. Runners at first and second, 1 down here in the top of the first. Game 2 of the state championship series. Lawrence trying to stay alive. Cunningham gets his sign from Brown. He'll take a glance back at second. They fake a play down there, and now they'll back out of it. Throws the curveball, and Harris pops it out into short right field. Peterson coming on, makes the grab. They show Rosencrans running for just a moment, but he quickly takes a couple of steps back to second base. And we have 2 down. Big out for Chuck Cunningham, and that will bring up G.G. Harris. So Chuck an out away from getting himself out of the jam, but also another base hit away from putting Lancaster in the lead. G.G. Harris comes to the plate, the left fielder. Also a right-handed hitter. Chuck checking first, now second. Here's the pitch. Inside on the fists, and he got him to pop it up. Reed Edwards backing up behind first base, makes the grab. The side is retired. Lancaster gets a hit. They get another man on an error, but they come away with nothing. After 1/2 inning, it is Lancaster nothing and Lawrence coming to bat, and we'll be back in 90 seconds. We're back at the Raider field as we get ready to go to the bottom half. As we get ready to go to the bottom half of the first inning, Lancaster got a couple of men on with 1 out, but the Raiders worked themselves out of a jam as Chuck Cunningham induced a couple of short fly balls, and the Raiders will come up with a chance to get something going early and get ahead. They didn't have that chance the other night. Lancaster drew first blood, and they stayed ahead the whole game. Brian Mann will step to the plate. And stepping in there. And we'll see what John Barnes has. As we said, many people have told us he's just as good as Pep Harris. He's going to have to go some to beat the performance we saw in Lancaster Monday night. Here's the wind, the first delivery from Barnes. Mann hits it down the right field line and foul. So the Raiders, a good sign there. He made contact on the first pitch, and it was a while before they made contact on Pep Harris the other night. Barnes on the mound, Robbie Reed behind the plate, Richie Ballard at first, Pep Harris at second, Steve Hegler at short, Ciano Truesdale at third. We'll set the outfield for you after the next pitch. 0-1 the count to Brian Mann. Barnes wheels and fires. Ground ball right back up the middle, could be trouble, and it is. It gets into center field for a base hit, so the Raiders have the first man on. Defensively again for Lancaster, G.G. Harris in left, Mark Anthony in center, and Aaron Curitan in right. Well, he chopped that one right over the head of John Barnes, and it went right between Harris and Hegler, the second baseman and the shortstop, as they crossed right there at the bag. Just got out into center field, so Brian Mann aboard. And the Raiders have the first man on. That'll bring up Johnny Ray, the second baseman. And Mann staking himself out to a nice lead over there at first base. Barnes throws. Nice bunt laid out there by Johnny Ray, but it's going to go foul. Oh, boy. Got out there about 10 feet out from home plate. Looked like it might stay fair, but just dribbled. Foul, and quickly, Robbie Reed, the catcher, pounced on it. So the count will be 0-1 to Ray. Almost a perfect bunt. If it had caught in that grass, it would have been absolutely perfect, and he may have well gotten on himself as well as advancing Brian Mann. Instead, it's just an 0-1 count. Barnes glancing over his shoulder at Mann. Now glances in at Reed, gets a sign. Here's the pitch. Ray fakes the bunt again. That's a called strike as he pulled it back. And the count 0-2. So they may take the bunt off here. In fact, odds are tremendous that they will. 0-2 count to Johnny Ray. Brian Mann down at first. Nobody out here, just underway in the bottom half of the first. We have no score. Lawrence and Lancaster, Game 2 of the state championship series. It's a must game for Lawrence as Lancaster won Game 1. The line, the pitch, oh, he hit him. And he hit him right in the rib cage. Barry Atkinson out there very quickly. Hit him right in the rib cage. Trying to jam him inside. Brian Mann already down at second base. George Jordan and Ed Prescott come up and take a look at Johnny Ray along with Barry Atkinson, the trainer. Looked like it popped him right in the ribs. If not, it got him on the arm as he got it over there to protect him. And they'll continue to take a look at him, and indeed it does look to be his arm. So the Raiders have something shaking here very quickly, and Lancaster takes advantage of the lapse in play to go out there and have a little conversation. So Barnes looking shaky here as we open the game. Base hit by Brian Mann, and then he just hit Johnny Ray. That'll put 2 on with nobody out. Time still out on the field as they look at Johnny Ray. Evidently check the arm out and it's okay, and he's going to jog down to first base with George Jordan right beside him. So the Raiders 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the first, trying to get something shaking. Lancaster had 2 base runners with 1 out and couldn't get anything in the top half of the inning. John Barnes just a few steps off the mound out there trying to gather his thoughts. And it'll be Jerome Reed at the plate. Jerome scored the lone run the other night with the opposite field home run off Pep Harris in Lancaster. And he did that after Harris had retired the first 11 Raiders. He had a perfect game at that point before Reed took him downtown. Lance back at second. They fake the play. Drop out of it. First pitch is high, ball, 1-0. Raiders trying to threaten here early in this one. Rome steps back in. A wind, 1-0 pitch is high and outside, 2-0. Raiders trying to get something shaken here in the first inning. Give themselves a lead to work with. 2-0 the count to Jerome Reed. 2 on, nobody out. Barnes glances back at second. Here's the pitch. That one missed on the outside corner. 3 balls and no strikes. Well, so far, no runs out of it, but coming home definitely seems to be a remedy for these Raiders as they look more fired up than they did the entire time down in Lancaster the other night. Ball 4. He walked it right down the middle, but very, very low. And the bases are full with nobody out. And that'll bring up Chuck Cunningham, the pitcher, with a great chance to help himself out here. And Al Berry, the head coach of Lancaster, is on his way to the mound, as the Raiders have loaded the bases with nobody out here in the first. We heard all the hoopla over Harris and Barnes, and I guess maybe got caught up in it so much that we never asked what they have beyond that pitching, and we don't know. Should they have to go to the bullpen, what they would come out and come after the Raiders with. Of course, we're in no danger of that here very early. And they'll all trot back to position, and Berry headed to the dugout, as Barnes has put himself in a jam here in the first, as he has loaded the bases with nobody out. That'll bring up Chuck Cunningham. He's the pitcher, and he has a great chance to help his cause out here. A base hit will score at least a couple of runs. Chuck, a left-handed hitter, and he's ready to come in there and face John Barnes. Again, this park favors left-handers. Only 320 down that left field line. Excuse me, the right field line. That one hit and fouled back over the dugout. The Raider dugout fouled off to the opposite side. Count 0-1. Lawrence nothing, Lancaster nothing here. Bottom of the first, but the Raiders have the bases loaded and nobody out. Cunningham steps back in with an 0-1 count. The wind of the pitch misses outside. 1-1. Well, they've read the book on Chuck, and they know he's a good hitter, and they're not going to give him anything right down the middle he can hit, so they're going to try and nibble the corners. That first pitch was a nibbler, but Chuck went after it and fouled it away. 1-1 the count. Barnes glancing back at second. Here's the pitch. Misses high and outside. 2-1. The most vocal crowd I've heard here at one of these games in a long time. They were into this one early with good reason. The Raiders with a golden opportunity here in the first inning. 2-1 the count to Cunningham with the bases loaded. Barnes glances back, throws, high ball 3. 3-1 the count. And we have a man working down in the Lancaster bullpen. Can't catch the number from here. But we do have some work going down that right field line. Three and 1 the count. One more out of the strike zone, and the Raiders have a run. Ball 4, he walked him, and he walks in a run. One to nothing, Lawrence on top. And the base is still loaded with nobody out and Mike Douglas at the plate. Boy, a golden opportunity to get a few here if you can get a base hit or two. 1-0 Raiders here in the bottom of the first. Base is still loaded and nobody out. As John Barnes has just done the unthinkable in a state championship series, he walked in a run. Mike will step in at the plate. Ready to go, right-handed hitter. Barnes to the wind. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. Good working curveball that time. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. The Raiders run it down the third base line. Douglas fouls it down the right field line. George Jordan had to hop and get out of the way over there. 0-2 now the count. Down in the bullpen, the fellow warming up is number 29. That is Maurice Blair for Lancaster. As they're hoping they don't have to go for help, but they can't afford to let it get too far out of hand. 0-2 the count to Mike Douglas. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the first. The Raiders have one across already. They lead it 1-0. Barnes taking a long time to get that sign from Reed. He's ready to go. The 0-2 delivery. Ground ball hit to the right side of the infield. Could be two. Harris down to short and not in. Yeah, they did get him. And one more run crosses the plate. It's 2-0. Ray came down to score. And a nice slide down there by Tony Grant, who was a courtesy runner for Cunningham, to break up the double play possibility. So now runners at the corners and still just one out.
Now batting for Lawrence, the first baseman, number 17, Reed Edwards.
Reed Edwards will step in, left-handed hitter. With runners at the corners, one away here in the first. Lawrence 2, Lancaster nothing. Edwards crouching in there at the plate. That low stance. The wind, the throw, swing and a miss, 0-1. He had a downtown cut at that one. He just didn't connect. Barnes working that mound out there. Watches Douglas get a nice lead down at first. The 0-1 ground ball right side of the infield. Harris is going to have to go to get it, and he boots it. He boots it, and Edwards is safe, and the run scores, and the Raiders lead it 3-0. And this crowd is really pumped up. Still just one out. That time the ball right down there between first and second. Harris had to move quite a bit to his left, and he commits an error. Raiders now lead it.
And now batting for Lawrence, the right fielder, number 11, Charles Peterson.
3-0. One down, runners at first and second. Charles Peterson, the batter. Seventh man to come to the plate in this inning. The wind, the pitch. Charles with the ground ball right at the shortstop. Flips to second for one, on to first. And he didn't get him. They didn't get him. The ball gets away. Now they're going to have to get Mike Douglas back to third, as he was perilously close to taking off for a home, but the ball didn't get away very far over there at first base. 3-0 our score. Lawrence on top. Runners still will be at first and third with two down now. Barnes facing Siegler. First pitch is low, ball. 1-0. Lawrence 3, Lancaster nothing. Bottom of the first. Raiders loaded the bases with nobody out, and they've cashed all those in. 1-0 the count to Siegler. Barnes checking third. Here's the pitch. Whoa, he missed way outside. 2-0. Barnes now ready to go again. 2-0 the count. The pitch misses. 3-0. Hops away from Reed, but not nearly far enough away that Mike Douglas thinks about coming toward the plate. And now Siegler close to working Barnes for a walk. Lawrence 3, Lancaster nothing here in the first. The Raiders have struck early, and they needed to do that. All the momentum in this series belonged to Lancaster, and the Raiders have stolen it very quickly here tonight. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Bases loaded again. Anthony Brown will come to the plate now as the Raiders have batted around here in the first inning. The bases are loaded, 2 down. Well, if Anthony could come through with a base here right here, the Raiders' chances look awfully good tonight. A couple more this early would look real good. Barnes to the wind, the pitch to Brown. Misses on the outside corner, 1-0. Well, the other night, they were getting the corners when Pep Harris was pitching down there. Tonight, they're not getting them. And I think that's frustrating John Barnes a little bit. The wind, the 1-0 delivery. High, 2-0. Lawrence 3, Lancaster nothing, first inning. Bases loaded, 2 down. And a 2-0 count to Anthony Brown. The wind, the pitch, that's a called strike on the outside corner, and that was a heck of a pitch by Barnes. 2-1 the count. Again, a lively crowd here at this one tonight. The student section over there completely filled. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball hit right back up the middle. Could be trouble, but Hegler one-hands it and steps on the bag and ends the inning. But the Raiders come up with 3, and the crowd comes to their feet. After 1 inning, it's Lawrence 3, Lancaster nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at the ballpark, and the Raiders lead it by a score of 3-0 as they cash in, getting the bases loaded with nobody out. Getting 3 runs across the plate and now giving Chuck Cunningham a little something to work with. The Raiders were down 3-0 after 3 innings at Lancaster the other night and were only able to scratch 1 run. So Raiders staking themselves to the same lead that Lancaster had the other night. Hopefully they can make it stick as well as the Bruins did down at Lancaster. Again, if the Raiders hang on to this margin, they'll force it to Game 3 Friday night. It will be 7:30 right here, and we'd love to have you with us. But if you can't make it on out here tonight, just sit back and enjoy, because we'll be bringing you all the action. Ciano Truesdale, the third baseman, will lead things off here for Lancaster in the second. It's Lawrence 3 and Lancaster nothing. As we go to the second inning, and Truesdale steps to the plate, right-handed hitter. He's the third baseman. Cunningham gets the sign from Brown. Boy, they're setting up way outside, and they get him to foul that one off. 0-1. Steve now rejoining me, and I'm sure you got a lot of good pictures to shoot in that one, Steve.
Well, I don't know. There were players jumping all over the place down there. Kind of had to get in amongst them. It was a lot of fun down there.
Well, Truesdale set in there now with an 0-1 count. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Lancaster had all the momentum coming into this ball game tonight after Monday night. The Raiders have taken that away very quickly.
Well, Ed Prescott said coming into this ball game that coming home was going to be the best medicine. If coming home was the best medicine, then a 3-run first inning's got to be the total cure.
Truesdale steps back in there with an 0-2 count. Cunningham ready to go. Just misses on the outside, 1-2. The ball pops away from Anthony Brown. He'll go get it.
Doug, one thing I did notice on the field is that this team is very loose tonight, and I guess 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning will tend to do that to you. Tony Grant said his arm just kind of stiffened up before the game, but chatting with him down there, he said Raider trainer Barry Atkinson did something to it, and it feels fine now, so he is available for pinch running duty as we saw earlier.
1-2 count. Here's the wind, the pitch. Curveball hit high out into right center field. That one could be a little bit of trouble, but Peterson runs it down and makes the grab. Looked like it might be trouble, but it kind of held up there, and Peterson was able to run under it. So we have 1 down here in the bottom of the second. How bad did I botch up your scorebook?
Oh, not too bad. I went down to Monty Dutton from the Greenville News, and he helped me out a little bit, so we're caught up, and we'll have the total stats for you after the ball game.
I got a little excited there and forgot myself a couple of times. Tried to remember it as best I could. The batter is Steve Hegler, the shortstop, and time is called. Going back to retrieve a free baseball over there. One down in the bottom of the second. Top of the second, excuse me. Raiders with a 3-0 lead. Hegler will now settle back in there, and I think we're ready to go. Cunningham gets signed. Now Hegler calls timeout.
Hegler got things going Monday night. Second inning, and eventually came around to score the first run.
Hope we don't have deja vu in this situation. That one misses right through the Anthony Brown, and it's a ball 1-0. All the way back to the screen. B. Johnson, the on-deck batter, will retrieve it. You talk about that inning loosening the players up. It loosened me up. I was kind of wired by the time this one started, but I feel a lot better now.
Well, I think Chuck Cunningham was a little nervous in the top of the first. He was down throwing in the bottom of the first inning after scoring, and he looks a lot looser now.
Ball fouled away back to the screen by Hegler, 1-1. Anthony Brown in there tonight at the catching position. They feel Satterwhite may be a little better defensively. They feel Brown wheels a little better bat.
Well, I think Coach Prescott really wanting to get some offense here going tonight after only 2 hits on Monday night. He's got Anthony Brown in there, and Anthony hit the ball pretty well in that last out of the inning, even though it was the third out of the inning.
Hegler back in there with a 1-1 count. That one misses inside, 2-1. One thing also we saw out of Lancaster in the bottom half of the first is something that happened to the Raiders on Monday night. They made mistakes that hurt themselves. They walk in a run. They have a couple of errors.
Well, we got so used to saying those things are uncharacteristic of the Raiders Monday night. Those things really are uncharacteristic of Lancaster as well.
Pitch to Hegler misses. 3 balls and a strike. Chuck got the opening out of the ball game and then let 2 people on base back in the first before pitching his way out of it. He would just as soon stay away from those kind of jams. But he's close to walking Hegler here. 3-1 the count. The pitch. Ground ball. Hit down to third. Reed up with it. No, he didn't get it. Scooted under his glove, and Brian Mann was able to stop it. I thought he had it.
Well, it looked like he really did. He had to move a little bit to his left side and went down and tried to make a pickup. I don't know if it made a bad hop on him or what, but Brian Mann tracked the ball back in behind third base, and fortunately they were able to keep Hegler to single.
So Hegler on over at first with 1 down. B.J. Johnson, the designated hitter, at the plate. Cunningham takes a look over Hegler with a nice lead. That's a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Well, Lambert came in throwing hard on Monday night, and Lancaster appeared to like it. I don't think they're particularly fond of what Chuck Cunningham's throwing right now.
Well, this team has seen a lot of fastballs throughout the season, and the curve has really messed them up so far.
That one fouled away by Johnson back into the seats, and the count is now at 0-2.
Conversely, Barnes from Lancaster has had to come in with the fastball after getting behind with the curveball. Had a lot of controls there in the first inning, and the Raiders have sit back, and they really like that fastball now.
That pitch, awfully close. And Cunningham, a little disgusted he didn't get the strike call there. The count will go to 1-2. The pitchers are not being given the corners by the umpires like they were Monday night. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the count. The wind, the pitch. Hit hard and right at Jerome Reed. He makes the grab, and they're going to have him doubled off. At first they do. Side retired. So Hegler gets on with the base hit, but the Raiders double him off. We're in the middle of the second, and our score is Lawrence 3, Lancaster nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back at the ballpark, the Raiders with the lead here in this one early, 3-0. And again, a big break there, and some of those things that didn't happen for Lawrence on Monday night happening tonight, Steve, is they get a line drive right at Jerome Reed. Hegler got doubled off first, and voila, they're out of the inning.
Well, we talked about the fielding mistakes the Raiders made Monday night. Jerome Reed with the play he probably should have made there. I scored it an infield error, but he comes back with a great diving grab on the line drive and throws over to double off Hegler. So you get the home field advantage. You know the field. The breaks start going your way, and suddenly you look in the bottom of the second, you're up 3-0. It's a brand new ball game and a brand new state championship series.
Well, something that we talked about a little bit on Monday night, Coach Ed Prescott said that he thought the team that made the above-average play would win this series. Well, all you had to do Monday night was make the average play, which is what Lancaster did to win. And tonight the Raiders appear to make those average plays, and Lancaster's not making it.
Well, the Raiders have not only moved their defense up one notch, they moved it up two notch. Monday night they had trouble making the average play. Tonight they're not only making the average play, they're making the above average play.
Brian Mann, he led off the first inning. He'll lead off the second. The Raiders batted around in inning number 1. They left the bases loaded, but they got 3 runs. Swing and a miss by Mann, 0-1. First time up, he got that little bouncer right up the middle for a base hit. The wind, the 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Well, Barnes just appears to be rearing back and throwing now.
Well, Barnes, I think he came in relying with his curveball to see if the Raiders had adjusted to it, and obviously they have after the outburst there in the first inning, but he looks like he's ready to go with his strength, which is the fastball now.
Oh, swing and a miss by Mann. He struck out on 3 pitches, and we have 1 down. And that's got the Lancaster folks revived over there. But Cunningham looks pretty good. I guess the question now is, does Lancaster put themselves in too big a hole early? Johnny Ray at the plate. Ray worked Barnes for a walk his first time up. First delivery, high and outside, 1-0. Ray steps back in. One 0 count. Here's the pitch. High, 2-0. Barnes doing a little doctor work out there on the mound. Two 2-0 the count. Here's the delivery. Low, 3-0.
Doug, this game is falling into a very similar pattern to the Raiders' upstate semifinal game against Northwestern. The Raiders with 4 runs in the first inning in that one and didn't score for the rest of the game, but they still held on for a 4-3 victory. You know, Coach Prescott would love to see the offense keep going in this ball game and hopefully make it a little bit more of a wide margin.
Ball 4. Johnny Ray walks. And the Raiders have 1 on with 1 out in the bottom of the second. And that will bring up Jerome Reed. How did Jerome get on the first inning? I can't read my writing. Oh, he was walked.
He walked and came around to score on the error out there by second baseman Pep Harris.
And I was wrong to say that Johnny Ray walked his first trip. He was hit by a pitch his first trip up. Again, Reed with that home run, the only run the other night at Lancaster, as he took it to the opposite field. Barnes winds, throws, curveball in there for a strike. That time he got the breaking ball in.
Well, Barnes is really coming out inside on the Raider hitters, and if you look out in left field, G.G. Harris is really not respecting Jerome Reed's power. He is really shallow coming in on the little dirt patch out there, and Jerome's got a lot of power. He could make him pay for that.
0-1 pitch, misses, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, and 1 on. Bottom of the second, Raiders lead it 3-0. They struck early in the first. People gathered around the outfield fence. They're on the back row of the bleachers in K.C. Hanna Stadium, as we have got almost a packed house here tonight. Line shot out into center field, over the head of G.G. Harris, and Steve, you hit it on the head. They're going to wave Johnny Ray around third. He's going to score. Here comes Jerome Reed, and he will hold up with a triple. They didn't respect his power. They played him too shallow, and he put it over their heads.
Well, Jerome has as much power as anybody on this baseball team. He's not a big man of stature, only about 5'8", but he's got a great bat. He generates a lot of bat speed, and he just made him pay right there as he lined that shot over the head of center fielder Mark Anthony, and the Raiders now take a 4-0 lead.
And they've got Reed down at third with only 1 out. And now this is the type situation, we didn't see it in the first, and I'm not that surprised. this is the situation where Ed Prescott's maybe going to try and find a way to get him across the plate.
Well, we thought they may come up with a little more aggressive base running in the first inning, but the Raiders got the bats going, took advantage of a few mistakes, and got them going. I don't think we're going to see anything really fancy here. You're in a situation right now where Chuck Cunningham, a good contact hitter, if he gets anything out of the infield, is probably going to score Jerome Reed, who has excellent speed.
Think he might try and lay a little bunt down the line and have him coming?
I don't think so with a 4-0 lead. I think Chuck's your leading RBI man on this team, and I think he's going to give him a chance to drive in one more right here.
Barnes winds, throws, misses. The ball gets away from Reed, but he pounces on it very quickly, and Jerome will stay down at third. 1 ball, no strikes is the count to Cunningham. And right now, when Barnes is having a little bit of trouble with his control, you don't want to help him out. Make him throw it over. Lawrence 4, Lancaster nothing, bottom of the second. The Raiders with 3 in the first and 1 so far here in the second. A runner at third with only 1 out. Wind, the throw to Cunningham. That's a called strike right down the heart, 1-1. Barnes now ready to go again. Reed. Ready. The pitch. Lined hard into left field. That one's going to go all the way into the corner for a base hit. Jerome Reed will score easily. It's all the way back to the fence. And here comes Cunningham to third. It's going to be close. No, it's not. He's in there easily. With the back-to-back triples, the Raiders have taken a 5-0 lead.
Well, Doug, you talk about the home field advantage. It really worked for Lancaster Monday night. Tonight it's working for the Raiders. They've taken advantage of that left field alley all season long. Lancaster, as we said earlier in the inning, they're up playing the Raiders shallow. Lancaster has a very shallow porch out in left field. The Raiders don't, and they're making them pay tonight.
5-0 our score. Al Berry, the head coach for Lancaster, out, and he's going to take the ball away from John Barnes. And we're going to have a relief pitcher. They're going to put the ball in the hands of Hegler, the shortstop. They're going to pull him in. Well, we'll set the defensive changes for you, kind of retool everything, and come back and rejoin this one. Our score now with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Lawrence out early, 5-0. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Steve Hegler has come over from shortstop for Lancaster. He'll do the pitching. As the Raiders have touched them for 5 runs here in the first 2 innings. We have a runner at third and only 1 out. The wind, the pitch, misses. 1-0. Mike Douglas, the batter. And it's Tony Grant running for Chuck Cunningham down at third base. Douglas standing in there as the Raiders have stolen the thunder. And we saw a lot of that Monday night from Lancaster. The 1-0 pitch. Misses. 2-0. That one skipped away from Reed, but not very far. And Mike Douglas quickly signaling Grant to stay up at third base. This one's starting to take on a fun look, Steve.
Well, the Raiders stealing the thunder. They can keep the lightning, however. That stuff was a little scary.
Yeah, we were pretty uncomfortable up there Monday night, as I remember. 2-0 pitch. He fakes the bunt. He pulls it back, and it's a called strike, 2-1. Lawrence 5, Lancaster nothing. We are in the bottom of the second. As the Raiders trying to roll it up early here on the Bruins. But still a long way to go. And with that man down at third with 1 out, you'd love to get him across and get another one on the board. Hegler is the pitcher now. Out of the bullpen for Lancaster. 2-1 delivery. Oh, Mike almost went after that one, laid off of it. It skipped away from Reed, and that makes it a 3-1 count. And he is really having a struggle handling Hegler right behind that plate.
Well, Reed has done an outstanding job, not only here with Hegler, but also with Barnes. He's saved at least 2 or 3 runs already just stopping wild pitches.
Mike Douglas steps in there with a 3-1 count on him. Steve Hegler now pitching for Lancaster. Barnes is playing shortstop. Here we go. The wind of the pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. So Douglas on with a base on balls. Runners at first and third. Still 1 out. Reed Edwards at the plate. And Reed last time. Reached on that error by Pep Harris.
Well, he did. He lined it hard. Give Reed the RBI on that anyway, as Jerome Reed would have scored anyway. So 3 RBIs in the first inning, 2 already here in the second inning, and the Raiders up 5-0.
Trying to add to that. Runners at the corners, 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Raiders up, as Steve said, by 5, and Edwards in there, and he'll step out and call time. Grant at third. Douglas at first. And don't make any plans for Friday night. The wind, the delivery, misses ball 1. And again, a great job by Reed, who blocked that one behind the plate and kept it in front of him to keep that run from coming in.
Well, if you're going to make plans for Friday night, plan on being at the ballpark right now. If anything happens between now and then, we'll let you know. But looks like it's going to be a great series, and it looks like it could go down to the wire, although we're not counting this one out yet.
Nope, a long way to go, but the Raiders look good early. At least as good as Lancaster looked Monday night. 1-0 pitch, high, 2-0. Did they call that a strike? Yep, they did. Can you figure that one out?
I'm not sure. That one, it really looked like it was up about the letters on Reed Edwards, but we don't make the calls. We just get paid to talk about them.
Well, he took the bat off his shoulder, but that's about as far as it got. 1-1 the count with 1 down. Hegler takes a glance over at first. Here goes the runner. Reed hits that one hard out into right field. It is going to be run down, though, and we are going to probably have a double play here, and indeed we do. No, the ball popped loose. Did it pop loose? Yes, sir. They had him dead to rights, and Richie Ballard couldn't handle the throw. It popped loose, and it's 6-0, as in the midst of all that, Tony Grant came in to score. Big run there for the Raiders. They make it 6-0. And that'll bring up Charles Peterson. Unbelievable, Steve. 9 men to the plate in the first inning. 7 men so far here in the second.
Charles Peterson.
2 away. Runner down at first. That's still Mike Douglas. Nearly doubled off over there. The wind, the pitch, misses. It's going back to the screen, and Douglas will take second. That time, it was just too wild, and there was nothing Robbie Reed could do about it. all the wild throws he stopped this evening, Steve, we'll forgive him that one.
Well, that's true. He's really put his body in front of a lot of balls tonight, and you get to a point where you just get a little bit frustrated, especially when you look up there and the other team is just blowing you out. But Reed's a very tough competitor, and you have to take your hat off for him for doing what he has tonight, and he's going to be called on several more times tonight, you have to feel like.
1-0 the count. Charles Peterson, the batter. Runner at second. 2 down. It's called strike. High, right around the letters. 1-1 the count. Raiders 6. Lancaster nothing. Do not adjust your radios. This team has come out of the blocks ready to go tonight. Peterson hits it deep out into right. It's going to hang up, though, and they'll make the play. Curitan circles under it, and the side is retired. But the Raiders get 3 more. We're through 2 complete. It is Lawrence 6. Lancaster nothing. Will return in 60 seconds. 90 minutes old already. We are only through 3 innings. And the a 6-2 lead. And in the third, though, Steve, Lancaster showed signs of coming to life. And the Raiders, 6 runs may not be enough.
Well, this game's certainly taking a different pattern than the first game. First game, really, even with the scoring, it was a pitcher's duel. Lancaster already in this game, just coming into the 4th inning, they stranded 5 runners. The Raiders have stranded 4 already.
Cunningham ready to go. Here's his first pitch. And it is a strike, swinging strike, 0-1. B.J. Johnson, the DH, is the batter. Cunningham ready to go here. Called strike, 0-2. Reed on deck. The 0-2 delivery on the way from Cunningham. Curveball misses outside, 1-2. Tell you what, if they draw a crowd like this on Wednesday night for a maybe game, think about one for all the marbles on a Friday night. That one hit hard out into left field. Could be trouble, and it is. It could go to the corner. No, Douglas does a good job of one-hopping it, and it's going to be a double for Johnson, and that play turned out being a lot closer than it looked originally, Steve.
Well, it really did. Mike Douglas out in left field did a great job of coming up with that ball, fired into Brian Mann at short. Brian with a good relay throw to Johnny Ray, and they almost got him. And Johnny Ray, nicknamed the Bear, B.J. Johnson, so you have B.J. and the Bear down there.
Where do you come up with them? Big Greg Evigan fan, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Runner down at second now here to lead things off. In inning number 4, Reed calls timeout. For once, it'd be nice to see an inning just whip by real quickly. Curveball just misses on the inside, 1-0. This one shows signs of being every bit as long as the game the other night. We had rain delays in it. As long as that lightning will stay away, I won't complain. 1-0 the count to Robbie Reed, the catcher. That one inside again, 2-0. Mark Lambert would be the man coming back for Lawrence. Pep Harris would be the man coming back for Lancaster if we wind up playing a game 3 on Friday. That one just missed outside. 3-0 the count to Reed. And Cunningham walking around out there behind the mound, gathering his thoughts. Three-0 the count. Here's the delivery. Called strike on the outside corner. 3-1. Lawrence 6, Lancaster 2. We're in the top of the 4th. Game 2 of the state championship series. It's a must-win for the Raiders. We'll work to clean off the plate. We're ready to go again. Reed steps back in there. Left-handed hitter with a 3-1 count. Cunningham wise throws that one hit hard right at Reed Edwards. He one-hops it, runs over to first, and tags the bag. And we have one down, but B.J. Johnson will move over to third base. And we now have that runner down at third with one down.
Great play down there by Reed Edwards at first. He's a left-handed batter, but a right-handed thrower, so he had to go backhand for that ball. Made a great pickup. There was no chance he was going to get B.J. Johnson over at third base, so he went and made the safe out.
Back to the top of the order, Aaron Curitan, the batter, the right fielder. And, ooh, that one way inside. 1-0. Well, last time we came up, we thought that first pitch at Curitan was going to hit him. So you can tell the Raider book on him is jam him inside.
Well, they really are. They came out. Curitan lined it out into right field gap.
That one foul back to the screen. 1-1. I'd like to wish good luck to our neighbors. Of course, their fate for today, I think, has been decided already, or maybe it hasn't. They may be playing tonight. But anyway, Belton Honeypath taking on Garrett in the 3A state championship series. BHP won on Monday, and they could wrap things up today.
Talk about a great ball player. How about Chad Roper over there?
Outstanding pitcher, and he's just a sophomore. Foul back by Curitan. The count goes to 1-2. Lawrence with a 6-2 lead over Lancaster here in the 4th. Chuck getting a sign from Anthony Brown. The 1-2 delivery. Hit high and deep out into left field. And that one is out of here. And it's 6-4. The Lancaster players flooding out to the plate to meet Cureton as he comes around. And it's a 2-run game, Steve.
Well, this Lancaster team, you can never count them out. They can strike from anywhere in the order. Aaron Cureton carrying the big bat so far has a homer, a triple, and 3 RBIs and 3 trips, Doug.
6-4. The Raiders have seen a 6-run lead dissolve to a 2-run lead. And we may have been right. 6 may not be enough before this one's over. That'll bring up John Barnes, now playing short, as he was rocked early by the Raiders off the mound. The wind, the pitch, and low. 1-0. (6-4). Raiders by 2. 1 out. Top of the 4th. Curveball inside, and he got him to chase a bad one. 1-1. Cunningham goes, throws, over his head, bouncer down towards second, and they're not going to have a play. Man came up with it, but Barnes was almost to first by the time the ball got to him. Just a slow roller, and Barnes with a blazing speed down to first base.
We have to wonder now how long Lawrence head coach Ed Prescott's going to go with Chuck Cunningham. If he does make a pitching change, you can likely bet that it will be third baseman Jerome Reed who came in and saved the day against Northwestern. Cunningham will go to the outfield, and Mike Douglas probably or Todd Siegler will come into play third. It's a very simple defensive change, and Reed is a very hard-throwing pitcher, which, you know, not the ideal pitcher to go against Lancaster, but he would be the likely candidate.
Time called. Mark Anthony, the batter. Right-handed hitter, the center fielder. He is the tying run at the plate with 1 down here in the bottom of the top of the 4th. Raiders with a 6-4 lead. Anthony, the ground ball down to short. Man boots it. It goes into left field. Coming across over to third is Barnes. And Mike Douglas comes in to back that one up. And the wheels starting to come off for the Raiders here in this inning. And now the tying run down at first base. Steve, we talked about it again. Felt the team that made the above average play would win this thing. And the average play has been the problem.
Well, the Raiders' outstanding defensive early on. Again, they're falling back into the pattern that they fell into in Game 1 on Monday. Just not concentrating out there. I think they're a little shaken right now by this Lancaster comeback.
Pep Harris calls time, the cleanup hitter in there, and now he would be the go-ahead run. Runners at the corners. 1 down here in the 4th. The Raiders lead at 6-4, but it's shaky at the moment. Cunningham delivers to Harris. That one pops away from Brown, and Mark Anthony will take second base. Well, that eliminates the double play possibility to get out of the inning. And now you've got the tying run in scoring position, and Ed Prescott will call time. And he's going to come out and talk with Chuck Cunningham and Anthony Brown. Judging from Ed's reaction after the home run, I don't think the pitch that was thrown was the one he wanted, because he immediately looked out at Brown and was a little quizzical as to the choice of the pitch.
Well, when Chuck struggled in the first inning, I was down on the field, and Coach Prescott was really upset that Chuck was relying a little bit too much on the curveball. He came with the first 3 or 4 pitches with the breaking stuff, and, you know, you can't throw that many breaking balls against a good hitting team like Lancaster. You have to mix them up. Chuck does have a pretty good breaking ball tonight. He just hasn't gotten some calls on the outside part of the plate. If he does get that working, then he can use that to set up his fastball, and he'll be much more effective.
So the Lancaster crowd making a lot of noise over here to our right. And they are excited right now. Lancaster with all the momentum Monday night. The Raiders took it early here, having a 6-0 lead after 2 innings. But Lancaster coming back. They now have the tying run down at second base, trailing at 6-4. 1-0 count to Pep Harris here with 1 down in the top of the 4th. The wind, the pitch from Cunningham, hit high and foul down the right field line, out of play. And it'll be 1-1. And everyone just kind of sitting back and waiting to see what happens now. 1-1 the count to Harris. Here's the pitch from Cunningham. That one's going to get away, get back to the screen. 1 run will score it. It's 6-5. Anthony moves up to third base. And the tying run now just 90 feet away from home.
And with only 1 out, that's very important because you can look at another wild pitch. Cunningham already with 2 wild pitches this evening. Pass ball, sacrifice fly, any of those, and we've got a tie ball game.
Just 1 away. 2-1 count on Pep Harris. Well, the only 2 choices Ed Prescott has would be Douglas and Reed would be the likely choice if they go to the bullpen. 3-1 the count. Although if it comes down to it, do you mortgage your future and put Lambert out there tonight? He's still got 3 innings he could throw.
Well, I'd say without a doubt, this is your future right here. This is the state championship series. If you don't win this one, there's no tomorrow.
Ball 4. He walks Harris. Runners at first and third now with 1 down. And that'll bring up G.G. Harris. So the Raiders really struggling here in the middle innings. Jumped out early, 6-0. It's now 6-5.
Doug, I'd say this is the man that Chuck Cunningham has to get. If he doesn't, I think we're going to see Jerome Reed come in relief.
Harris steps in there. Cunningham with a glance over at first. Here's the pitch. It's hit hard out at Douglas. It's going to fall in for a base hit. We are tied at 6-6. And you are right, Steve. We are going to see a change, but I believe it's going to be Mike Douglas. Nope, that's Brian Mann. I thought Mike had trotted in. Now he is coming in, and we will see the change. It will be Jerome Reed, it appears, coming on to pitch. As the wheels have come off here in this one for the Raiders. They led it 6-0 at one point. Bottom of the 4th, 2 on, 1 out. It is now 6-6. We'll continue after this 90-second timeout. Reed coming in relief of Chuck Cunningham as the wheels have just come off in this one for the Raiders. They led it 6-0 after 2. Steve, still only 1 out in the top of the 4th. We're tied at 6, and they've got runners at first and second with only 1 out.
Well, a very dangerous situation. Chuck Cunningham really not a good outing tonight. 3 1/3 inning. He gave up 9 hits. Both runners on base are his responsibility. 2 walks. He hit 1 batter. Couple of wild pitchers and no strikeouts. That tells you right there that his control really was not at its best tonight. Now coming into pitch, Jerome Reed, who is pretty much a different type pitcher. Jerome really relies on his fastball a little bit more. His curveball, you're never quite sure where it's going to go, and that ought to scare the devil out of the Lancaster batters.
How else did the Raiders change defensively there? I believe Mike Douglas has come in to play third.
That's right. Mike Douglas came in to play third. I believe Todd Siegler out in left field. I believe we've got, Tony Grant in center, and Chuck Cunningham will stay in the ball game and play right field.
So Peterson exits the game, or maybe not. We'll have to see batting-wise how it shakes out. Did not have a DH, so I don't guess that would be in play. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. If anything plays into the Raiders' favor here with this change, it's the fact that it's changing speeds. They're used to seeing Chuck with the breaking ball, and Jerome throws hard.
Well, he really does. And Lancaster, a good fastball hitting team, but I'm not sure they've seen anyone like Jerome Reed, and they've relied so much on hitting the curveball so far, it may throw them off a little bit.
That one misses a little bit, 1-1, a little low. Jerome, with his stature, doesn't have a lot of trouble keeping the ball low. Low to the ground and really comes out firing it. One ball, one strike. Missing high, 2-1.
Jerome trying to get the curveball over there. If you're wondering what kind of arm Jerome Reed has, just know that he's the quarterback on the football team and can get the ball about 60 yards in the air, so there's no problem throwing the ball.
2-1 the count to Ciano Truesdale, the third baseman. 2 on, 1 out. We're tied, 6-6 in the fourth. That one foul back to the screen. 2-2 now the count. He is, the 8th man to the plate in this inning?
That's right. Truesdale 0 for 2 tonight. Came up in a similar situation back in the third inning. Bases loaded. He fouled out to Jerome Reed at third base.
2-2 the count. Reed to the line, the pitch high, and Truesdale got under it. Hit out into left field. Siegler better hurry, and he does. And nobody will move up. We have 2 away. That one looked like it was hit well early. Then it just kind of got up there and died. And then it looked like it could be some trouble. But they get under it and make the play, and there's 2 down now, and that'll bring up Hegler, Lancaster's pitcher.
Well, the book on Hegler tonight, he's 1 for 2, had an infield single back in the second, and he was doubled off to end the inning.
6-6. We're all tied up. Lawrence and Lancaster, game 2 of the state championship series. The line, the delivery to Hegler, called, strike on the outside corner. 0-1. I tell you, he hasn't pitched that much, but if I got to put my season in somebody's hand, I like Jerome Reed's state of mind.
You're exactly right. He threw an excellent ball game in his only start of the season at T.L. Hanna against Anderson. Came in against Northwestern, did a great job. He's a performer.
1-1 the count, as that one missed outside. Two down here, 2 on. Top of the fourth. Raiders tied with Lancaster at 6-6. Misses high with the curveball, 2-1. Well, one bugaboo that just didn't bother the Raiders most of the season has really killed them. In the first 2 games here in this series, 5 errors.
Well, you're not going to win many ball games with defense like that. They came out tonight. They appeared ready to get it done, and I tell you what, they've just seemed to have lapsed back into what they did Monday night, and that's not play solid defense.
2-1 pitch. Foul back to the screen, 2-2.
I think you have to look at one reason Coach Prescott did come in with Jerome Reed right here, and that he's one of those players, even though he's just a junior, he's steadier in a clutch performance than anybody else on this ball club, possibly steadier than anybody else on both of these ball clubs. He came into that Northwestern game with the tying run on third base with only 1 out, and he retired both batters, so he's no stranger to pressure situations, Doug.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here's the pitch. That one lined hard down into the seats down the right field line. If you're saying there are no seats, there are tonight. A packed house here at the Raider ballpark, watching a heck of a ball game that looked early like it would be a blowout in favor of the Raiders. As they led it 6-0, Lancaster's crawled back and tied it 6-6. And you know now that over the next 3 innings, the Raiders have got to get somebody across the plate to keep the season going. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's the pitch high, 3-2. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Hegler the batter. And I believe B.J. Johnson will be next. Yes, this is the 9th Lancaster hitter to come to the plate. Reed ready. Now he's going to throw over to first. Not in time. 3-2. Or 3-2 the count. 6-6 is the score. Jerome ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got it. So Lancaster puts up a 4 spot, but Jerome Reed comes in and keeps it from getting any worse. We're halfway done, middle of the 4th, and we're all tied up at 6. And we'll be back in 60 seconds. Back at the ballpark, we go to the bottom of the 4th, all tied at 6. And Steve, the happiness has grown to uneasiness in this ballpark now.
Well, you have to feel like Lancaster, after being down 5-0 in this ball game, has really come back and seized the momentum. You know, momentum is a word that maybe used a little too much in athletics, but I tell you what, anyone who's watched this ball game tonight has to feel like the wave of momentum has just gone over to the Lancaster side of the field here.
2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Raiders: Ray, Reed, and Cunningham. And the Raiders now have to get something shaking and get some more runs on the board. They've frittered away a 6-run lead. It's 6-6. Steve Hegler, the pitcher for Lancaster. And we're ready. The pitch misses. 1-0. Bottom half of inning number 4, as this game is nearly 2 hours old. Heard a couple of newspaper guys for tomorrow morning talking about 10 o'clock deadlines. Don't think they're going to make it. That one misses outside. 2-0.
Now, I can tell you about newspaper deadlines. The fortunate thing is I've got until 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
2-0. Here's the count to Johnny Ray. Called strike right down the middle. 2-1. Two and one the count. Hegler to the wind, the delivery. Oh, strike on the outside and high. And Ed Prescott down the line arguing with the umpire, and I don't blame him. I can't see that one. Obviously, he couldn't either. 2-2 the count. The wind, the delivery, swing and a miss. Down on strikes he goes. And we have one away.
Well, after allowing a leadoff walk in the 2nd inning when he did come into the ball game, Hegler has now retired 5 batters in a row, including 4 consecutive strikeouts.
One away, and Jerome Reed at the plate. Well, Jerome has the ball in his hand on the mound now to try and bring this one home for the Raiders. Is it too much to ask for him to help us with the bat as well? Tied at 6 here in the bottom of the 4th. Delivery to Hegler inside. 1-0. Hegler checks, gets the sign, winds, throws, swing and a miss, 1-1. Hegler has done a heck of a job. One and one the count. Here's the pitch inside, 2-1. Well, they're not letting it get up and away on Jerome again. He took him downtown Monday night on an up and away pitch.
If you look around the infield after he burned them with a triple back in the 2nd inning, all of the outfielders are respecting his power a little bit more.
2-1 count. Hegler to the wind, the pitch, called, strike 2. 2-2 the count. Jerome settles back in. Hegler ready to go. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout, 5 in a row. And we have 2 away. That'll bring up Chuck Cunningham.
And this is a trend, if you coach Ed Prescott, you don't want to see start developing. The Raiders starting to chase those curveballs a little bit more. A pattern they fell into Monday night and it resulted in 19 strikeouts. He wants to see Raiders start making contact here. Good place to start with Chuck Cunningham, a left-handed batter, against the right-handed Steve Hegler.
Raiders needing to get something shaken. 6 runs in the first 2 innings, and they've seen the bats go silent since. That one's high and away, 1-0 to Chuck Cunningham. Hegler checking, gets the sign from Reed. 1-0 pitch, strike on the outside corner. That is, I don't know about that one. Must be a little lip on that plate we can't see. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hegler set to go now. Cunningham calls timeout. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 4th, all tied at 6. Raiders once led it 6-0. The delivery. Strike called on the outside corner, 1-2. One and 2 the count. Here's the delivery from Hegler inside, 2-2. If Lancaster wins it, it's all over. They're the state champions. If the Raiders win it, it's on to Friday night for a 3rd and deciding game in this best-of-3 series. 2-2 delivery to Chuck. Lined hard, into right field, base hit. And Mike Douglas will come to the plate. Raiders trying to get something shaking here with 2 outs.
And throughout the playoffs, the Raiders have been a very good hitting team with 2 outs. So Mike Douglas, respectable power. We're going to see if he's going to swing for the fences here.
6-6 our score. Bottom of the 4th, 2 down, and Chuck Cunningham down at first. And with Grant inserted in the lineup, Cunningham's going to have to run for himself. Douglas steps in there. Cunningham getting a little lead down there at first base. Well, it's not a little lead. It's a pretty nice lead. That one inside on the shoulder of Mike Douglas. 1-0 the count. Another count. Throw over to first, not in time. I don't know if you noticed, Greenville News listed the crowd at Lancaster the other night as 2,000. Well, they had 2,000 down there. What is this one, 4?
Well, if they had 2,000 there, this is Fulton County Stadium. Well, I better take that back. There would be 2,000.
1-0 count. Douglas calls timeout.
We were talking with the folks up in the booth at Lancaster Monday night, and they said they had only had about 800 or 900 for the lower state championship game. So I don't know if they could fit 2,000 people around that ballpark.
Ball high. Mike has to duck out of the way of that one, 2-0. Let me clearly say I'm not talking about the Pop Jubilee here, but I heard a story up in Greenville about a festival somewhere else, and they said they used to get their crowd estimates. They'd ask the police chief how many people he thought was there. He'd say, oh, about 1,000. And they'd ask the fire chief. He'd say, oh, about 1,000. They'd ask the civil defense director how many were there. Oh, about 1,000. They'd say 3,000 people attended our. According to the fire chief, the police chief. Swing and a miss on an outside pitch, 2-1. Throw down to first, not in time, but awfully close. 2-1 the count on Mike Douglas with Chuck Cunningham at first and 2 down here. We're in the bottom half of the 4th in a 6-6 tie. Back to the ball game. Hegler checking Cunningham over at first. Here's the 2-1. Mike hit it hard, but right at the third baseman. He bobbled it, and they didn't get him. The ball popped loose down at first. I had to wait for a moment, but the ball popped loose from Richie Ballard, and we've got runners at first and second with 2 down. And Reed Edwards up. 2 on with 2 out. How'd you score that one?
I gave Truesdale the arrow on that. He made a good play just stopping the ball down there, but the throw was a little bit low.
You're tough.
Well, you know, it's a play the third baseman down there, Truesdale, should have made. He's got a very good arm, but he didn't give Ballard much of a chance on the throw.
Reed Edwards, the batter. 2 on, 2 out. 6-6 ball game. Inside, ball gets away, and they're going to move him up 90 feet, and now a wild pitch gives Lawrence the lead back. Hegler got that one a little out of control. How'd you score that?
Well, that's a wild pitch all the way. Hegler, a little wild on his control, too. That's his second wild pitch of the ball game. Wild pitches hurt the Raiders in the top of the 4th inning. We're going to see if it helps him here in the bottom of the 4th.
Reed Edwards is at the plate with a 1-0 count. Runners at second and third, 2 down. All this has happened with 2 outs. Hegler gets the sign from Reed. The 1-0 delivery. Ground ball, foul down the third base line. Tell you what, that one a couple of feet more over, Truesdale wouldn't have gotten to it, and it'd have been trouble down that line.
Ed Prescott did a good job down there to get out of the way of the ball. He did a little tap dancing.
1-1 the count to Reed Edwards with those runners at second and third. Again, a wild pitch or a miscue here by Lancaster, and the Raiders would have the lead back. They once led at 6-0. We're tied at 6-6. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Hegler looks back at second. Here's the pitch. It's back to the screen. And they'll score the run. No way Reed could get back to it. And Cunningham comes down the line, and the Raiders lead it again at 7-6. Well, Steve, he appeared to be cruising there for a while, and things have started to unravel on Hegler.
Well, 5 consecutive strikeouts for Hegler, going to 2 outs into this inning. As we mentioned earlier, the Raiders are a very good team with 2 outs. They have been aided by a little bit of shoddy defense and pitching here by Lancaster. A couple of wild pitches, and that's 3 wild pitches now for Hegler in the ball game, and that's really cost him.
Again, shocking that coming into this series, these 2 teams, which have just been so solid all year, have made a lot of mistakes, and that's been the difference so far. That one misses inside to Edwards. 3-1 now the count. With Dougie down at third. And the Raiders up 7-6. As Chuck Cunningham just scored on a wild pitch. And time is called as Al Berry, the Lancaster coach, will head to the mound, and he wants a conversation with Hegler. I think you tell the kid right here, take the walk if you have to, but don't let it get away from the catcher this time.
Well, there's no doubt about that. Reed Edwards, a left-handed batter in there. The last left-handed batter he faced, Chuck Cunningham, lined a solid single out into right field. Reed Edwards also a very good hitter, and he doesn't want to make a mistake right here. They feel like they're in a situation right now where they can put Reed Edwards on first base and still have the force play. So not a bad situation. We're going to have to see what they think. Count of 3-1. If Reed gets anything here to hit, though, you can bet he's going to be swinging if it's in the wheelhouse.
Paid attendance tonight, 1583. Great crowd. Here's the wind, the pitch to Reed. Called strike. He dropped the bat in the box there, and the count is 3-2. Lawrence 7, Lancaster 6, bottom of the 4th. If the Raiders win, it's on to Friday night for the 3rd and deciding game. If Lancaster wins, they are the state champions. Full count, 2 out. Dougie taking a move down the line there. Here's the pitch. Reed hits it right back at the box. Throw over to first in time, and the side is retired. But the Raiders do the damage. They get the run they need. And after 4 complete, it is now Lawrence 7, Lancaster 6. We'll be back in 60 seconds. And Jerome Reed out there now has not given up a run in any appearance yet this year. And if he can close it down, the Raiders are going to force it to Friday night.
Well, Jerome, one of those juniors, he's been solid all year long. They're counting on him in the clutch, and tell you what, everybody thought this ball game was going to come down to Chuck Cunningham and John Barnes, but it's quite the different situation right now. You've got Steve Hegler and Jerome Reed, so really a scenario that no one had counted on in this ball game.
And again, we talked about Mark Lambert early. Disappointed in Monday night. He'd love a chance to get out on that mound Friday night. It's a best-of-3 series. The Raiders trail by a game, but they lead game 2, 7-6. Reed with the first pitch to B.J. Johnson is a strike. Swinging, 0-1. Reed gets a sign from Brown, the 0-1 delivery. Inside low, a ball 1-1.
Raiders have really made the most of their opportunities here tonight. They've been out hit 9-4, but they lead where it counts on the scoreboard, 7-6.
And again, both teams with 5 errors in this series. I don't think any of us thought that would happen before we got started. That one's high to Johnson, 2-1. Jerome's been most effective so far when he's just leaned back and hummed it. 2-1 the count. The delivery, swing and a miss, 2-2. Ditto.
Jerome, I think he saw where Lancaster was getting those inside pitches earlier in the ball game, and in the top of this inning, top of last inning. So he's going to come back and try to hit the same spot, and he's getting that same call.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jerome Reed, or from Jerome Reed to B.J. Johnson. The wind, the 2-2, in on the fist. Did he go? No. It'll be a full count, 3-2. (7-6), Lawrence by 1. Jerome Reed to the wind, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got it. One gone here in the 5th for Lancaster, and that'll bring up Robbie Reed, the catcher. Left-handed hitter.
Reed officially 0 for 1 tonight. He walked and scored a run in the 3rd inning. Also grounded out to Reed Edwards in the 4th.
Reed sets in there. Jerome Reed ready to throw. First pitch just misses inside, a ball, 1-0. Jerome getting the sign from Anthony Brown, who in turn is getting it from Coach Ed Prescott. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball inside, gets away. Back to the, well, halfway back to the screen. It's 2-0. Jerome pouncing around on the mound out there. Now he's ready to go. The 2-0 delivery misses, 3-0. By the way, Steve, remember our 2 chairs that were up here and got missing? I was looking down around the screen right after we went on the air, and I found him. We'll have to go talk with the two guys who've got him after the game. Ball 4 inside. He walked him on 4 pitches.
Well, if they've got those chairs we were sitting on throughout the playoffs, they can keep them.
Well, that one anyway with the springs exposed. So 1 on with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The Raiders on top 7-6. Rosencrans in at first base to run for Reed. And back to the top of the order with Aaron Curitan, who took one out of here his last trip with a home run to left field. The line, the delivery. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Beautiful breaking ball that time. Reed glancing back over his shoulder at Rosencrans over at first. What kind of move does Jerome have?
Not bad. He's a little rusty from not having been on the mound that much.
Inside 1-1.
As most fast ballers are, he's got a pretty good move. He wants to keep the runner over there close, Rosencrans, but he's a little more. His attention is a little more concerned with Curitan right now, who bashed a 2-run homer his last time up.
1-1 count with 1 out, a runner on. Swing and a foul. Wide of the back down at first. Reed Edwards doing a nice job hustling over there to scoop up the foul ball, and it's 1-2.
Curitan has really done the damage for Lancaster tonight. 2-run homer in the 4th, an RBI triple in the 3rd, and he flied out to open the game. So he's 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, having a pretty good night.
1-2 the count with Rosencrans at first. Jerome winds, throws. Did he go? No. 2-2. Brown doing a nice job of knocking that one down. And Anthony Brown may have caught the hand there, or the baseball may have caught him on the hand. Steve Clayton is down there throwing. And I believe he's playing catch down there with Jason Barnes. Maybe a just-in-case warm-up for Ed Prescott.
I think Steve Clayton, I'm not sure if he's seen action this year. He may have had 1 or 2 innings, but nothing much of significance. Be a pretty tough situation to call on a young man who hasn't thrown much this season and put him into a situation like this.
Barry Atkinson out, still checking on the arm of Anthony Brown, the catcher. Raiders 7, the Bruins of Lancaster 6 here. 1 down. We're in the top of the 5th. Raiders once led it by 6-0, then saw Lancaster come back and tie it, and they've since retaken the lead at 7-6. And again, they continue to look at the hand of Anthony Brown. Appears to be the wrist hand area.
One thing that has concerned Coach Prescott this season, he said this is probably his most injury-prone team that he's ever had. And you look at the various ailments throughout the season, probably the most susceptible has been shortstop Brian Mann, who's been hit just about everywhere imaginable. He's had a couple of black eyes in practice from balls that took bad hops. He, of course, was, I don't want to say spiked, but he went into the bag hard at Eastside and missed the first playoff game, or the last regular season game. He was back for the playoffs, and these guys have just really been banged up throughout the course of the season. 25 games, a long way to go. You want to get the second stringers in there for as much play as you can, and Coach Prescott has done that, but you look at the big ball games down the stretch, and these guys have really taken a beating.
When we continue, it will be a 2-2 count on Curitan with a runner down at first. And 1 down here in the 5th, the top half of the 5th. The Raiders with a 7-6 lead. And Jerome Reed being called on to try and nail this one home for the Raiders. They win it tonight, and then we go to Friday night for a 3rd and deciding game here in Lawrence. But if Lancaster comes back and wins it, then it's all over, and they can take these beautiful trophies sitting over here to our right home with them tonight.
Well, they only get one of them. One of them gets to stay here.
Well, I meant the trophy and the one trophy and all the ribbons. Must you be so technical?
Yeah, pretty much. It's my nature.
If you're not close to a clock, it's 9:49, which means this game about 2 hours and 19 minutes old. And we're only in the 5th.
Anthony Brown, a tough customer. He's going to stay in there in this ball game. He's one of those guys going to take advantage of this opportunity to play.
It was on his glove hand as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Aaron Curitan. Rosencrans at first with 1 out here. Top of the 5th, Raiders with a 7-6 lead. Runner going, ball high, throw down there, and Brian Mann did a nice job of catching it as the throw was way off line, and give Rosencrans the stolen base. So they have got the tying run down there at second now in scoring position. And the count goes to 3-2 on Curitan.
That's not only the first stolen base for Lancaster in this series, that's their first attempt. They really not a big base running team, which Coach Prescott expected coming into the series. The Raider catchers really don't have great arms, however. I'm surprised they haven't run more.
Reed checks second. Here's the 3-2 pitch, ball 4. He walked him, so a runner down at first and second now. And 2 walks have Jerome Reed in a little bit of trouble here.
Well, you're hoping in this situation to get the second double play of the year, or of the game. Certainly not the second of the year. Raiders have been very adept at turning the double play this year. Only problem is John Barnes is a difficult man to turn it against. He's 2 for 3 in this ball game, both singles.
Barnes steps in at the plate. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first for Lancaster. 7-6 Lawrence right now. That's a curveball over for a strike. 0-1. That one came out of nowhere. Barnes steps back in there with an 0-1 count. Jerome glancing back at second. Here's the pitch. Foul back to the screen, and the count quickly 0-2 on Barnes.
Well, Barnes really chased an outside pitch on that. That would have evened the count at 1-1. I think he saw a pitch coming in on the outside part of the plate, something that he possibly could have taken to right field, and took a shot at it. Really wasn't a bad opportunity on his part.
0-2 the count. 2 on, 1 down here in the top of the 5th. John Barnes the batter. Jerome Reed winds, throws, called strike 3, got him. 2 down. Big strike out there for Reed. And that will bring up Mark Anthony. And that is strikeout number 3 for Jerome Reed. And strikeout number 3 for Raider pitching. Anthony steps in there with 2 on. And 2 out in the 5th. Curveball across for a strike, 0-1.
Oh, that may have been the best curveball we've seen from any pitcher here tonight, Doug. He started that ball out about Anthony's knees, and it just broke in toward the inside part of the plate. Beautiful pitch, beautiful location.
Jerome getting the sign from Anthony Brown. 2 on, 2 out. 0-1 count to Mark Anthony. Top of the 5th, Raiders with a 1-run lead. The pitch. Oh. 1-1 the count. That one just missed.
A little bit low. Jerome coming with the fastball on that one. One thing Jerome has to make sure, even with 2 outs here, is that he doesn't get too comfortable. You've got probably the best player in South Carolina standing at the plate right now.
1-1 the count. Reed fires. Curveball over. 1-2. Well, this has been a backwards at bat. Those 2 curveballs have been something else. Boy, there's a little doubt. I thought the one that was definitely over was the ball.
Well, Anthony really upset with him that he didn't take a swat at that. That one was right out in his wheelhouse, and he thought it was going to come inside, and he watched a beautiful pitch for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Oh, that one right there, but just missed. 2-2 the count. Well, you can hear the crowd reacting to that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And 2 on. Raiders with a 1-run lead here in the 5th. 7-6. Jerome gets the sign from Anthony Brown. Ready, and time called by Anthony Brown. He wants to go out, saw something he wanted to talk to Jerome Reed about, and time is called.
Well, there's one of two possible situations in that. Either Anthony Brown was set and decided to call off the pitch when Reed was ready, or they think Lancaster might be stealing some signs. The base runner out at second base, Rosenkrantz, may have been flashing some signals back into Anthony, and Anthony...
Oh, 2-2 pitch just missed. That one looked like it got the outside corner. It's ball 3, and Ed Prescott is out to talk with the umpire.
Well, Ed really upset about it. I don't know if he's upset with that location or what. He wants to know what Anthony Brown was doing out there. Or actually, he's asking Anthony Brown if it was a strike. Home plate umpire going out there. He doesn't want to hear anything about it. He's just going to clean off the plate.
Is going to have a friendly discussion with the umpire. Well, they mic football coaches, they mic basketball benches, but they never mic umpires.
Well, that was a big pitch in this situation, because with the full count and 2 outs, the base runners will be going here, and a base hit in the gap could possibly score 2 runs.
3-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. The bases are loaded. Three straight walks, or excuse me, 3 of the last 4 batters have walked, and Reed has walked himself into a jam. And Pep Harris in the batter, the cleanup hitter for Lancaster. Do you think he might sit there with the bat on his shoulder for a minute?
Well, I think he's going to make Jerome Reed at least throw a strike.
First pitch, called strike, 0-1.
That's the same pitch. Go ahead.
0-1 the count with 2 down. The bases loaded. Lawrence clinging to a 1-run lead. Line drive hit down the line and foul right outside the right field line, about 10 feet foul. And we have an 0-2 count. Well, they have to close the gates. The regulations say they close the gates after 4 innings. We had 1,500 people, and it looks like you can look out there and it looks like people are still walking into this place.
Well, if some folks were listening to the radio and decided to come back in, I don't think anyone left when it was 6-0 early on. Everybody knew this was going to be a great ball game. And I think you're right, Doug. That crowd, which was originally said 1,583, I think that's grown by 100 or so.
0-2 pitch to Harris. Call strike 3. He got him. Oh, Anthony Brown set up way outside, and he hit the target. 4.5 innings complete. It is Lawrence 7, Lancaster 6. They lead the bases loaded. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at the ballpark, and a nice little argument between the home plate umpire and Lancaster coach Al Berry just broke up before we came back to you here, as he was none too pleased with that call. Ed Prescott was none too pleased the other way. He thought the at-bat should have been over a couple of pitches back when it looked like it should have been a strike 3, but anyway, Reed got himself in trouble. He loaded the bases on walks, but he comes back with a big strikeout with the bases loaded.
Well, Jerome Reed, he's done it all in the pressure situation so far in the playoffs, and that's why Ed Prescott went with him here. In relief, he has just done a sensational job. You don't feel good when you walk 3 batters in an inning and allow 1 to steal second base, but Jerome, he's done about all you can do right here, and Raiders trying to add to their 1-run lead right here.
Charles Peterson will lead it off here. In the bottom of the 5th, the Raiders with a 1-run lead, 7-6. The wind, the delivery from Hegler, ground ball down the third base side, foul. 0-1 the count. 0-1 the count. You hear the student body. Lawrence District High over here to our left. 0-1 the count. Ground ball hit sharply into left field, base hit. One on now with nobody out. Todd Siegler will be the batter.
That's base hit number 5 of the night for the Raiders, and it comes from the freshman who's pretty much done it all for the Raiders here in the playoffs.
Raiders trying to get something else going here. They blew a 6-run lead. We were tied at 6. Then in the bottom of the 4th, they manufactured a run with 2 outs. They managed with some alert base running to get a guy around. Chuck Cunningham, after singling, moved around and scored on a wild pitch. Delivery to Siegler. He had the bunt out there. It's a ball that hops away from Reed, and he quickly pops out there like he's going to throw to first, but Peterson was standing there, so there was no use. Lawrence 7, Lancaster 6, 5th inning. Siegler the batter with a 1-0 count. Peterson with a big lead down at first. Here's the pitch. Siegler again had the bunt out there, and again it's inside as he pulls it back. 2-0 the count.
Well, both of these teams have shown that they can score in a hurry, but you're getting to that point here in the bottom of the 5th inning where 1 or 2 runs might make a difference. So Coach Prescott considering the sacrifice with Todd Siegler down there. Todd, not one of the Raider better contact hitters, but he's very good with the bat and trying to lay it down again.
Ball 3 as he again had the bat out there, and he's got Hegler thinking right now.
Well, you think sacrifice. Now you don't even let Todd take the bat off his shoulder. He's going to be taking this one all the way, no doubt about it.
You're positive.
Oh, I'm beyond positive.
3-0 pitch. Ball. Nope. Strike low. 3-1. Looked a little low, but again, if it was in seeing distance of the strike zone, it's going to be a strike generally on 3-0 counts.
Well, you got to feel like Todd might get the green light right here. Hegler really feels he can't afford a walk right here, so he feels like he's going to have to get the ball over the plate. Todd's going to look for one in his wheelhouse and possibly help the Raiders out here.
3-1 pitch. He again puts the bat out there for the bunt and fouls it away, and the count 3-2.
Well, that's a big surprise right there. Todd again trying to lay down the bunt.
And that might have been ball 4.
I believe it was. Todd wanted to execute there a little more than he wanted to watch that pitch, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Raiders 7, Lancaster 6. We're in the bottom of the 5th. A runner at first and nobody out. 3-2 count on Siegler, the batter. Three-two pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. Runners on first and second with nobody out. And that will bring up Anthony Brown. And I think we may be in for a pitching change, or are we? Well, he pulled the bat back. Oh, now we got a little argument going. Oh, okay, what he wants is the Raider players who are standing outside the dugout to move back. And Ed Prescott's saying, all right, you keep their guys in the dugout and you got a deal.
And you have to feel like that really is a victory for the Raiders. They were really shaking up Hegler. They had their hats off and were waving it over there in foul territory. And the Raiders feel like they've shaken him up and they've got something going here.
Still a discussion going on about it. Anthony Brown down there to talk with Prescott for a moment as the delay continues. And Anthony Brown will step to the plate. Nobody out, 2 aboard for the Raiders in the bottom of the 5th. They lead it 7-6. Looking for some more. Here's a bunt again, and Brown lays a perfect one right back at the mound. They'll get him at first, but the runners move up, and a nice sacrifice bunt there by Anthony Brown.
A very good job there by Anthony Brown. We said he was in this ball game to hit, but he gave himself up right there to give the runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 away. And again, we're in a situation here. Hegler's had some control problems, a wild pitch, a pass ball, even a sacrifice fly, and the Raiders extend their lead to 2 runs.
If you find any fault there, bunt got to the pitcher a little quickly, but you take that minus off because he bunted it on the first base side and gave him no chance to make the play on the left side of the infield. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 down. Brian Mann now at the plate, with the Raiders clinging to a 1-run lead, but trying to add to it at the moment. This game 2.5 hours old. Been a long one. The line, the pitch to Mann, high, a ball, 1-0. No, now he changed his mind and called it a strike. Brian brought the bat off his shoulder, but didn't think he broke the wrist, but they say he did. And now Ed Prescott, hat off, hat in hand, up the line, arguing. As he motioned ball first, then strike.
Well, I think Coach Prescott has a legitimate argument there. He did make the ball call, and I'll tell you what, if you don't want to get in an argument with Coach Ed Prescott, I know Coach Al Berry over on the Lancaster side is not too happy with the umpiring right now, and these guys, they're giving it to the umpire from both sides.
That's the first time, I think, in 7 or 8 years I've ever seen him take his hat off during an argument.
That's when you know he's mad. I've never seen him since I've been here take his hat off at all.
At least he didn't turn around backwards.
Oh, then you know he's mad. I mean, he's similar to Coach Bobby Ivy, football coach. When he tucks that hat up and you see the brim get above his hairline, you know to back off.
Brian Mann taking a few practice swings over in the grassy area, and Ed Prescott still nose to nose with the umpire. He's going to get his 2 cents worth in. And now the conversation ended. Mann will step back to the plate. And 1 the count to Brian Mann. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 away here. Bottom of the 5th is a 7-6 Laurens lead. The delivery. Ground ball foul back right at Johnny Ray standing on deck. He scoops it up. 0-2 the count. Well, everybody got their $2 worth on this one.
No doubt about that. The Raiders, a lot of opportunities and wasted opportunities in this series. They've converted on a few of them. This is a big one right here.
2nd and 3rd, 1 out. 0-2 count to Brian Mann. The pitch. Ball high and outside, 1-2. Hegler, with his infielders up on the grass, fires to Mann. It pops out in front of the plate. They're going to call it a fair ball. And they're going to get Mann. And then they run Grant back to 3rd. That one looked like it bounded around in the dirt there before it popped out. Okay, he swung and it popped loose. Okay. He swung and missed it, and it popped forward out of the catcher's glove, so they just threw down to 1st to complete the out. So it's a strikeout.
And that happened twice in game 1 in the first game at Lancaster, and the Raiders reached base both times on those opportunities. Brian Mann wasn't as fortunate as Robbie Reed jumped out in front of the plate and made sure his throw to 1st was a good one.
Johnny Ray.
Two away now with runners at second and third. Ray the batter. Hegler fires. That's high, 1-0. Again, Ray with the compact strike zone. Hegler's going to have to be very careful he doesn't let one get away here. One and 0 the count. The pitch. Call strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Raiders trying to get something out of this fifth inning. They got runners at second and third with two down. They scored one in the fourth to take a 7-6 lead. Here's the wind and the delivery. High, gets away back to the screen. And coming quickly down the line to score is Charles Peterson. It's 8-6. Well, we kept talking about it, and Hegler looked completely under control, and he just completely lost that one.
Well, that ball really was handleable, that back there behind Reed. And suddenly Todd Siegler fakes like he's going to come home. The ball was never called dead.
Laurens 8, Lancaster 6 in the fifth here. Siegler moved up to third. And with a 2-1 count, Ray with every opportunity in the world still at the plate, and Siegler, who knows? Hegler loses control again, we might get another across. Hegler ready with the pitch. High, 3-1. Jerome Reed on deck. Again, if the Raiders hang on, we're back Friday night at 7:30 for one game for all the marbles to decide the state championship. But Lancaster could still rally and wrap it up tonight. 3-1 pitch inside, ball four, he walked him. Runners at the corners now with two down. And Reed to the plate, and Reed has that triple already tonight, Steve.
Yes, he does. Reed 1 for 2. He tripled, drove in a run in the second inning, struck out in the fourth, and walked in the first. He's gotten on base 2 of his 3 times tonight, and he scored both times.
Laurens 8, Lancaster 6. We're in the fifth. 2 down and runners at the corners.
Now batting for Laurens, the pitcher, number 1, Jerome Reed.
How'd you do the thumb? Steve's got a nice little bruise. Oh, on the high five?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I think I caught your ring or something there, and hope I don't have a broken thumb out of this.
Swing and a miss by Reed on the first pitch, 0-1. Well, if we do it again, we'll make it a high 4. How about that? 0-1 the count. Runners at the corners. Reed at the plate. It's outside. 1-1. I think they might try the old you fall off, you run home trick.
Well, it's not a bad spot for it. You have to feel a team like Lancaster has seen that several times this year and would defend against it. Usually the best defense for that is the catcher firing back to the pitcher, and they give up the stolen base.
Raiders up by 2 in the fifth. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Third baseman goes up. Truesdale makes the grab, throws to second, and they got him. Great defensive play by Ciano Truesdale to keep the Raiders from getting on the board again. But they get another, and after 5 complete, it is now Laurens 8, Lancaster 6. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Tonight against Lancaster, I think they've had it. Yeah, they did. The second, and that was it. Nope, they had a double play, so really not a 3-up, 3-down inning. Lancaster's had a base runner in every inning. First pitch is a called strike. The batter, G.G. Harris, the center fielder. Excuse me, G.G.'s the left fielder. The wind, the delivery way outside and all the way back to the screen. 1-1 the count. I'd like to mention some of the folks that, again, have made this possible. The Bailey Bank, Wattsville Drug, L&L Office Supply, Bucks Auto, A.G. Edwards, Collie Lane and those folks, Walmart, Hickory Point, the United Agency, Milam Chevrolet, P&T Ace Hardware, Lawrence Equipment, Powderhorn Outdoor Specialty, and Lawrence Electric Co-op. That one popped up by Harris. Should be playable by Ray out behind the dirt, and he does make the grab. One down. Good start to the inning anyway as Reed gets the first out.
Well, Harris, the number 5 batter. The good part is, if Jerome can get the rest of these guys in order, he'll only has to face the top of the order. Aaron Curitan would be the final out in the 7th, but we're not going to look too far ahead. He's got to get Ciano Truesdale here and then Steve Hegler.
Truesdale flied out to right, flied out to third, and then flied out to left.
Well, he fouled out with the bases loaded in the 3rd, and that was really a turning point in the ball game at that time as Lancaster was trying to really break the game open.
Pitch is high, 1-0. The wind, the delivery. Hit a little woofer off the end of the bat. And Douglas will drift over and make the play. He was almost over at the shortstop position, but made the play, and we have 2 down quickly here, Steve.
Well, Jerome pitching with the bases empty right now. He's just coming in and challenging the Lancaster batters. I think if they get a base runner, you might see him go back to the curveball a little bit more. Right now, he's coming in on the fist and sawing them off.
Hegler will step up with 2 down. In the top of the 6th, the Raiders with a 2-run lead, 8-6. The wind, the delivery, inside a ball, 1-0. Gene Lambert, Mark's dad over here, videotaping the game, no doubt, so Mark can sit and look at these hitters before the game on Friday night, if necessary. Called strike in there, 1-1. One pitch. Hit hard, but right at Reed Edwards, and he makes the grab. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Lawrence 8, Lancaster 6, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. At the Raider ballpark, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Lawrence with an 8-6 lead. And Steve, the first 3 up, 3 down inning right there for Jerome Reed, and he got him in rapid succession, and that's got to make him feel pretty good.
Well, Jerome, after loading the bases on walks in the 5th inning, came back, got a pop up to the 2nd baseman, a pop up to the 3rd baseman, and a little flare out there to first baseman Reed Edwards. So Jerome has settled down. He's getting the job done, and the Raiders are 3 outs away from tying up this series.
And if I'm correct, he only threw 6 pitches that inning.
I believe you're right.
8-6 our score. Lawrence on top as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And again, if the Raiders hang on to this lead in the top of the 7th, we'll be back here on Friday night, and we will be playing one game for all the marbles. The state championship. It would be at 7:30 right here on this field. Tonight's paid attendance, 1,583. And we'd love to have even more than that out here on Friday night. And it is just a great crowd here tonight. To any of you out here with your radios on, thanks for coming. And the rest of you, come on out Friday and bring those radios along. Hegler fires to Cunningham. It's a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Chuck having a good night for the Raiders. 2 for 3, triple, a single, and 2 RBIs.
The 0-1 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Here's the wind. The 0-2 pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just underway in the bottom of the 6th. The Raiders with a 2-run lead, 8-6. Hegler's 1-2 delivery misses, 2-2. Well, this team's showing a lot of guts tonight. One, to come back from the rough outing they had and get off to a great start here tonight. Then to see that lead fizzle away and come back and retake the lead. 2-2 count on Chuck Cunningham. Here's the wind, the delivery. Hit hard and high out in the left field. That one is going. It is gone. It's 9-6. I thought that was going to be a routine pop-up, Steve, and it just kept going.
One thing about Chuck Cunningham that makes him such a dangerous hitter is that he has power to all fields. Chuck really during the playoffs, with the exception of a single earlier in the ball game, has really gone to left field. Pitchers have been trying to keep him outside, and he's got great power to the left side as he just showed right there.
9-6 Raiders. Chuck Cunningham with a home run, the second of the series for Lawrence. Jerome Reed hit the one down in Lancaster the other night in the 4th inning. This one coming here in the 6th and giving the Raiders a little insurance to make it 9-6. Tell you though, the way this Lancaster team hits the ball, I wouldn't feel safe with 10.
I tell you what, they've got 3 more outs to get out there against Lancaster, and Jerome Reed's doing a heck of a job, but you can never count these Bruins out.
Mike Douglas will step to the plate. Douglas, right-hander, stepping in there against Hegler. Pitch hit hard and deep to right field, but I believe they'll have a play. Curidan goes back and grabs it right in front of the fence, and we have one down.
Well, Douglas sent Curidan all the way back to the warning track on that one. Raiders flirting with back-to-back homers, and they're certainly hitting Hegler hard here in the bottom of the 6th.
Coach Al Berry hoping he can survive this one with no further damage and then try and get even in the top of the 7th. Of course, it's not do or die for the Bruins. They're either going to go home state champions or one game away from it. The Raiders have no tomorrow. They've got to win tonight. That one's outside to Reed, 1-0.
Now Reed Edwards 0 for 2 in this ball game, but he's driven in runs with his grounder in the 1st inning and a sacrifice fly in the 2nd.
1-0 the count to Edwards. With one down here in the 6th. The pitch misses low, 2-0. What a couple of weeks of highs here for Reed Edwards. Possibly winning a state championship this week, and then in a couple of weeks delivering the valedictorian speech at graduation. 2-0 the count. Misses 3-0. Reed not only respected for his baseball, but his academics as well by colleges.
Yes, indeed. And Reed's one of those young men. He came over from Clinton High School, and he really gave that program a boost, and that program taught him a lot in his first couple of years of baseball. He's been a solid player for the Raiders.
3-0 pitch. Oh, Reed was ready to head down to first base, and it's a called strike. 3-1.
Coach Bill Rhodes was very complimentary about Reed Edwards in his freshman year. Reed's family moved to Lawrence. He came over and brought a lot of talent to the Raider baseball team.
3-1 pitch is inside, ball 4. Reed's folks are also the nicest folks you'd ever want to meet. Reed down at first, and here comes Al Berry, and that may be all for Hegler. He may not let it go any further. Charles Peterson ready to come to the plate with bat in hand, and let's see what Al Berry's move is here for Lancaster. Raiders 9, the Bruins 6. Raiders led it by 2 coming into this inning, and Chuck Cunningham hit one to the opposite field. Both Raider home runs in the series have been to the opposite field, and gave the Raiders a 3-run lead. And it will not be a pitching change, just a pep talk and a short one from Al Berry. And Hegler will stay on the mound. 3-run lead for Lawrence. And Jerome Reed and Anthony Brown playing catch over there, just keeping Jerome limbered up for the bottom half of the inning. On the top of the 7th.
I believe Lancaster coach Al Berry going out and telling Hegler, don't bother with the walks, go out and get them. You've got the defense behind you. we need to hold this lead to 3 runs right now because we can't afford it anymore.
Now batting for Lawrence, the center fielder, number 11,
Charles Peterson, the batter. Charles has a little power. He hit one to end the game against Malden early in the playoffs. Ball gets away from the catcher. Reed, it pops loose and down to second base goes Reed Edwards.
Well, you talk about your tough nights on the mound. Hegler hasn't given up a lot of hits. He's only given up 3 hits now and 3+ innings of work, but 5 wild pitches. So he has really given Robbie Reed a workout behind the plate.
And before that, Barnes kept him hopping pretty much too. Well, I'll tell you, Lancaster looked invincible Monday night, and they've proven anything but tonight. And we're going to have a re-switch here, Steve. John Barnes is coming back to the mound to try and finish it up. He started, and he's coming back to the mound. While he warms up, we're going to pause again. In the bottom of the 6th, it's Lawrence 9, Lancaster 6, back in 90 seconds. Back at the stadium in a rarity, a pitcher that has reappearing in a ball game. John Barnes, who started tonight for Lancaster, was lifted in favor of Hegler, is back.
Well, Barnes went only 1 1/3 innings in this ball game. He gave up 6 runs, all of which were earned. Really, he was taken away from the decision when the Bruins came back and tied up the ball game. The loss, if the Bruins do lose this game, will go to Hegler. But Barnes in there, he's trying to stem the tide right here in the bottom of the 6th. Raiders threatening with Reed Edwards on second base and 1 out.
Chuck Cunningham, as we mentioned, is already homered in this inning to lengthen the Raiders lead to 3.
You got it, boys, so early.
It's a 9-6 ball game. Peterson steps in there. Be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Lancaster in the 7th. The wind, the delivery. It's a ball. 2-0. Reed Edwards down at second. Not a big threat to move over to third, but if they make a mistake, he will.
And Lancaster, 5 wild pitches tonight. They've hit a batter, 8 walks. You're not going to win many ball games when you have pitching stats like that.
2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. 2-1. But if we make it to Friday night, I don't expect anything like this. But I can tell you, after watching the Raiders play tonight, I don't think Pep Harris can repeat his performance.
I totally agree with you. Mark Lambert, he's going to be fired up at home if indeed we do have a game Friday night.
Swing and a miss by Peterson, 2-2.
And I think Mark Lambert might be a little fired up by that 19 strikeout performance. Lancaster, a difficult team to strike out, but I'll tell you what, nobody's more determined mentally when they go out on the mound than Mark Lambert.
2-2 the count. One away. Edwards down at second. Foul ball right back here into the screen. And the count stays at 2-2. For Lancaster, B.J. Johnson, Robbie Reed, Aaron Curenton. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters are due up in the top of the 7th. They'll have to scratch at least 3, or we're going to Friday night. 2-2 count to Barnes, or rather Peterson. Barnes, the pitcher. That little number off the end of the bat hit over to first baseman. And wouldn't you know it, I forgot his name. Richie Ballard. He makes the play, but Reed Edwards moves over to third now with 2 out. Those things happen once in a while.
Well, Todd Siegler's going to be the batter. Todd 0 for 2 tonight, but he drew a walk in the 5th inning, last inning, and was stranded at third base.
Those wild pitches have been big trouble. And right here, another one would be a big hole for Lancaster to dig out of. If we make it to Friday, we'll be right back here, same time, air time of 7:20, game time of 7:30. In fact, we may talk Emil into a few extra minutes before that one to kind of set things up for you. The wind, the delivery, called strike, 0-1.
And for everyone listening, if you come on out to the ballpark, that means you won't have to listen to us. Even more incentive.
0-1 the count. Barnes ready to go. Here's the delivery. Called strike 2 right across the knees. 0-2. Edwards down at third. In big risk of being stranded there now. Oh, 0-2 the count. And the delivery on the way. Popped up. That should do it. Ballard coming over. Now Barnes coming over. And he makes the grab just in foul territory. So it's down to the final 3 outs for Lancaster, or we're going to game 3 on Friday night. Our score, Lawrence 9, Lancaster 6, back to the top of the 7th after this 60-second timeout. Ballpark, we go to the top of the 7th, and it's now or never time for Lancaster, or else we're going to game 3.
Well, Lancaster is going to let first baseman Richie Ballard lead off here. This is his first at-bat of the series. Designated hitter B.J. Johnson lined into a double play, doubled and struck out, so he was 1 for 3 tonight. Did come up with a double. A little bit of a surprise move here by Lancaster coach Al Berry.
Trying to shake something loose here. He trails 9-6. And if the Raiders hang on, we go to Friday night and a rematch of Mark Lambert and Pep Harris. I tell you what, number 1-8 in the gray will be one fired-up young man.
And I think even if people don't follow Lancaster or Lawrence in that ball game, you're going to see a lot of people come from across the state just to see a fantastic ball game and a fantastic pitching matchup.
Jerome Reed trying to nail this one down for Lawrence. 3 outs away from forcing a game 3. First pitch inside a ball, 1-0.
Raiders with the Region 1-4A pride on the line. This Lancaster team swept easily in the playoffs last year. Raiders trying to get a little bit of revenge for the region.
Ground ball hit foul down the first base line. 1-1 the count. Jerome taking a look in at Anthony Brown. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Wicked curve that time, and the count is 1-2.
Well, Jerome Reed certainly trying to earn a spot in the starting rotation. We know he's going to see a lot of action in American Legion season this summer. And I'll tell you what, if the Raiders can develop another third baseman, Jerome would sure be a good pitcher to replace Mark Lambert next year.
1-2. Did he go around? Yes, sir. Strikeout and out number 1 here in the 7th. That'll bring up Robbie Reed. And Aaron Curidan will come out on deck. So the lineup from here, it appears, will go as planned. Reed steps in there, left-handed hitter. 1 down on the top of the 7th. The Raiders 9, Lancaster 6. Ball outside, 1-0. Again, we'll put our heads together tomorrow and come up with an airtime for you on Friday night. Just stick with WLBG, and they'll be sure and tell you when we decide. Little nubber hit out into shallow left, could be trouble, but going back and nobody made the grab. It's falling in there, and Reed is into second base and safe. Oh, the ball dropped. They threw it to second. It looked like Johnny Ray applied the tag, but they call him safe. Should that play have been made, Steve? With all the mesh and the screen, it was hard for me to pick it up.
Well, Brian Mann even made a good attempt to get to the ball. He kind of shielded Mike Douglas out there a little bit, or Todd Siegler out there, and it was going to be a sensational play if he did. He made a as good a throw as he could to second base, but looked like Reed just slid in under the tag. I don't know, the fans thought it was an out, but again, we're listening to the Lawrence fans over here, and it was a very close play at second, and it's hard to call those. Those are those times when we're glad we're not the umpires.
1 on, 1 out here in the 7th. Raiders trying to nail down the victory. Curveball misses 1-0. Courtesy runner Rosenkrantz is down at second as Reed comes out. 1 on, 1 out. Reed just has to bear down. The runner down at second really doesn't mean a thing right now. Raiders with a 3-run lead. Here's the wind, the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Don't think you'll see him give a lot of attention to Rosenkrantz right now, Steve.
No, indeed. His attention is solely focused on Aaron Curidan, who's had a pretty good night. A homer and a triple, 3 RBIs.
1-1 the count. Here's the delivery. Misses high, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Is the count. Curidan the batter. Jerome winds, throws. That one hit foul down the right field line. It's going to get out of play, and the count will go to 2-2. Well, Jane asked me what time I'd be home tonight, and I told her about 10:30. Late already. Hours and 12 minutes so far on this ball game. I didn't think we could have one near as long as we did the other night, and we've surpassed that, even counting the rain delays the other night.
Yeah, the rain really held us up the other night, and Lancaster team did a good job getting the tarp on and off the field, and it was still about a 3-hour ball game.
Well, 15 runs have held us up tonight. That one hit hard and foul right down at the Lancaster crowd down that right field line. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Top of the 7th. Raiders trying to nail down the win. A runner at second. They lead it by 3. Jerome gets the sign from Anthony Brown. Checks second. Now he's ready. Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 away. Several of the Raiders out of the dugout leading the cheers, and you can see 18 out there out of all of them. Mark Lambert really wants them to nail this one down and make it to Friday. And the Raiders are 1 out away from doing it. John Barnes, the pitcher, at the plate with 2 down. Runner at second. Raiders 1 out away from forcing game 3. Called strike, 0-1. I'll tell you what, if you're the Bruins, you don't want to ride home and think about having to make this ride again Friday night. But they have all the confidence in the world coming back with Pep Harris, who was just sensational Monday night at Lancaster. Should be a whale of a game Friday if we get there, and we're close. 0-1 the count to Barnes. Here's the delivery. Misses outside, 1-1. Again, the attendance tonight, 1,583. The wind, the delivery, hit hard out into left field, base hit. It's going to score 1 run. No, it's not. They held him up at third. Siegler got to it quickly. I thought he would score easily. They hold him up.
Well, it really did. It was a solid shot out in left field. Siegler did a good job. That's a difficult place to play because the football team has had spring drills out there, and they've really torn up center field. But Todd came in, made a good play on the 1 hop, and was able to hold the runner out there, Rosenkrantz at third base. And to tell you the truth, if Rosenkrantz had tried to score on that one, I think he would have been a dead duck at the plate.
Well, this brings now the tying run to the plate in the person of Mark Anthony with 2 down. And you got maybe the best player in the state trying to get his team tied again in this one. 9-6, Lawrence lead. 2 on, 2 out. That one gets away from Anthony Brown, but a couple of feet behind him. They'll move up Barnes to second. But again, those 2 runs mean very little. The one represented by Mark Anthony means everything. 9-6 lead. One and 0 count with 2 down here in the 7th. The pitch from Jerome Reed misses. 2-0. Gonna make us sweat this one out, aren't they?
Well, to show you Jerome Reed's confidence in this curveball, he came back with the curve right there. It was just high and a little bit outside. You don't want to make a mistake to this kid.
2-0 the count. They do have a place to put him, but it would bring up Pep Harris. That one's low, 3-0. The count. 2 on, 2 out. Called strike, 3-1. Right down the middle.
And I think Jerome's going to stick with his curveball here. He's going to make Mark Anthony hit the breaking ball if he's going to hit anything. Jerome wants to stay away from the fastball.
3-1 the count. 2 down, 2 on. Top of the 7th. Raiders up 9-6. The wind, the delivery. Swing and a miss. 3-2. And the Raiders 1 pitch away from a win and a game 3.
Well, Jerome made a liar out of me. He came with the fastball there, but it was in a very good location. High and outside. Anthony couldn't do anything with it. And let's see what Jerome comes with here as he tries to strike out Anthony to end the ball game.
3-2 count. 2 down, top of the 7th. Raiders with a 9-6 lead, trying to wrap this game up. Ball 4. He walked him. So now the tying run aboard, and that'll bring up Pep Harris. And again, another guy you cannot make a mistake on.
Harris, probably better known for his pitching skills. Also a pretty good second baseman, but this kid can hit the ball. He wouldn't be the cleanup batter if he couldn't. And if you're Jerome Reed, you have to concentrate. You just don't want anything in the gap.
Raiders 9. Lancaster 6. Bases loaded, 2 down, top of the 7th. 1 out's all the Raiders need. Ball low, 1-0.
He's coming with the power. He's challenging him. Get to the point in the playoffs right now. Jerome says, if you're going to hit me, you're going to hit my best stuff.
1-1 the count. Harris settles back in there at the plate. Jerome ready. Here's the pitch. Curveball for a strike. Call 1-2. And again, they're 1 pitch away from a victory. Already can't wait till Friday night.
Fans have gotten over 3 hours of baseball here tonight. Nobody's been cheated on their admission.
This one going down to the final pitches. Oh, that one just missed. 2-2. Just a little high. Lancaster trying to scratch back. They've got the tying run aboard. But this one's still 1 pitch away from being over, but still very much in doubt. That's what you love about baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He got him. And we're going to Friday night. Lawrence wins it 9-6. And we'll come back with some thoughts on Friday night, the final totals, and much more after this 2-minute timeout. Back here at the ballpark, and the Raiders have done it. What a crazy ball game tonight. Nearly 3.5 hours to complete. But in the end, they come through with the victory by a score of 9-6. A game, Steve, they once led 6-0. Lancaster came back and tied it up, but the Raiders put 3 more on the board to win it and went down to the final out with the bases loaded for Lancaster. Let's have the total.
Well, big swings and momentums, but the Raiders come out victorious. 9 runs, only 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 8 men. Lancaster, 6 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. And the big stat for the Bruins, they left 13 men on base, and that really cost them in this ball game. Pitching star for the Raiders, Jerome Reed, came in relief, pitched 3 2/3 innings, did not give up a run, only gave up 2 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, and Jerome Reed picks up the win to improve his record to 2-0. The hitting star for the Raiders, Chuck Cunningham, 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, a single, a triple, and a homer.
And again, our final score, 9-6. The Raiders beat Lancaster. It's even at 1 game apiece, and we'll be back here Friday night, 7:30 game time. And again, check with us on that airtime. We might be on a little early just to kind of set things up for you, as it's boiled down to 1 game for the state championship here Friday night at 7:30. And we invite you all to come out to the game, but if you can't, be sure and be with us right here on WLBG. And again, this weekend, for some of you who are interested, keep your eye on Syncom. This game was taped tonight, and you'll be able to watch it over cable in the Lawrence area. So keep your eyes out for that and more information, and we'll try and get the word around. And we look forward to having you see this one again. I'd like to see it myself. Final score tonight, the Raiders 9, Lancaster 6. Friday night for all the marbles. These 2 teams meet again for the state championship, and we'll be here with it live. Hope you'll be with us. For Steve Owens, this is Doug Holliday saying good night, everybody.